Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing our first video of our series, Longish and Every Other Weekend. Today we're working on the index and middle finger, and I'm going to be redoing my Tiffany jewelry nails. Starting off with the background, we're going to be using Sally Hensen's Miracle Gel color B-Girl. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So, I believe over a year ago, or maybe just a year ago, I'll have to scroll back on the videos, I did a Tiffany jewelry inspired nail design. And after speaking with a very good childhood friend of mine, we figured let's redo them because I think I can do a lot better job than I did. I'll link the video I did in the cards above. But yeah, so I'm going to be using the same background color, and this is the same nail polish that I've used. And over time, after use of the bottle, as you can see, it gets thickened. So when I work with regular lacquer and gel polish, I've learned not to get too crazy over making sure the lacquer is put on super smooth, because as I found in previous videos, once you gel top coat that work, the brush strokes just kind of disappear. So I did 2 full coats of this B-Girl, and then I'm going to go back in and do 1 more coat at the very base of the nail, because for some reason the brush would just kind of remove the polish rather than leave it on there. So I'm kind of being very liberal with my application here just so that it doesn't happen again. And as I said, you can see where I stopped because it tends to streak. I'm just going to kind of diminish towards the end of that pull there, and the top coat is going to cover that. So the next step we're going to be doing is the iconic Tiffany Ribbon. So we've got their iconic color of their boxes and packages, and I'm going to make their ribbon in this design as I did in my previous design. So I'm putting on, after this fully dried, I can't tell you how many hours. I was just, I think I was in the middle of watching stuff, so it didn't matter to me. I think I was working actually. But I'm putting on a thin coat of this gelish top coat, just so that if I mess up this ribbon, I can nail cleanse it and not disturb the lacquer below. And when you put the gel, you try to be a little bit more neater, because not that it leaves brush strokes, it can pull in places, especially towards the end of the tip, and then it'll look a little bulbous. So after giving that a cure, I'm just going to do the same thing with the other nail. Give that a cure. And then I'm going to be using some clear tape, and this is just basic clear tape that I cut in half so I can get 2 straight edges without wasting a whole piece. And I'm just going to line that down my nail, and I'm going to leave maybe like a little sliver, not too big, not too skinny, just enough to kind of, be proportional to the size of the nail. And I couldn't tell you how. I would have to rewatch the video that I did when I first did these. I couldn't tell you if I used white stamping polish or white gel polish. Oh no, I remember now. I didn't use white. I used silver stamping polish. So doing these straight lines on the tape was very critical. In this case, I'm going to be using Madam Glam Riverwalk. So I'm going to apply it over the tape, remove the tape, and since it's gel, I'll be able to clean up the edges, making sure that they're straight. So with the first time when I did it, stamping gel is different. I feel like they do tend to make nice crisp lines. They don't move around so much. Once you place it down, that's where it's gonna go. So I didn't really have any problems making straight lines with that. But by no means was I gonna try to just freeform this ribbon down the nail and make sure it's straight with my detail brush, because I am not excellent at making straight lines by freehand. So learning from the swatching that I did, I'm gonna try not to put on too much gel. I don't want it wrinkling. That was just so weird. That was probably like the first time that I've seen that happen to me. I had received some advice from the viewers, and I really appreciate that. I think when I did the swatching, I was just trying to get a background onto the nail, so I really did not pay attention with how much gel I was using. So now that I'm trying to make a really nice chic design, I'm definitely not going to be piling this on like I did on my swatching. So as I said, I'm just going to peel this back, and look how psycho straight that is. I mean, it's so clean. There's not much really that I need to do. Towards the end, because it meets your skin and there's you know, dips that the tape doesn't get into, it gets a little flooded. But I'm going to go in here with some nail cleanser, and I'm going to fuss with this straightness. So it's what I do. But the cleanup is great. I love this brush. It's like a triangular pointy brush by Melody Susie, and it just feels like suede brushing on you. It has a nice traction. As you can see, it makes nice crisp lines. I don't use this brush as much as I should. But I definitely like to use this brush to clean up some of the gels. So usually when I fuss around with my attempt to perfection, I tend to go overboard. So I kind of like removed a lot more than I wanted to here. So after I finish cleaning this up, or whatever it is I'm trying to do here, I am going to go back in with my detail brush and just fill in. I'm sure you can see it from afar. There's like a little gouge into my straight line. So I'm just going to even that out. But that's the beauty of gel. So in some cases I love to use lacquer and stamping polish, and that's it. But in other instances, like doing art, I definitely appreciate the gel factor, because it's easy to correct before you make it permanent, or at least to the point of no return. So once we get started with the rhinestone application, I'm going to talk to you guys about these two jewels that I'm going to replicate. So this time, redoing my Tiffany's nail design, I wanted to replicate some of the most expensive jewelry pieces that Tiffany has. So today we're talking about in the millions. One is worth about 22 million and the other one is worth about $30 million. So that is just insane to me. That's something that you probably buy if you were worried about stuffing your millions in a bank and just having it, get lost somewhere. They do say if you really want to, keep your money, it's better to put it in gold, or I guess diamonds, really, because I think gold will never lose value. Gold is always going to be a precious metal that can be traded for anything. Am I gonna take my money that's lying around and buy gold? No, because I don't have that. But I think if I did, I would be like John Wick and totally buy gold coins and keep that under like my foundation for a rainy day or something. So now I'm just doing the same process that we did on my middle finger, and I'm just going to speed this up because, we don't need to see this again. But yeah, I just love how it makes super straight lines, and then I go in and mess it up, but like super straight lines, because it's just nerve-wracking for me to attempt a straight line. So I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about, and y'all hold your breath or freak out or whatever. That's all me. Okay, so now that we're here, the tape never ends. I'm going to do this tape application again because I did find that in my Night at the Improv video, Shine-e was the best polish that I can use that will stick to powders. So today I'm going to be using Born Pretty's pearlized powder, and I need to put this tape down so that I can put a thin layer of this Shine-e. And as we did previously, remove the strips of tape, give that a cure, and then we're going to varnish the powder over the white stripe. So this is going to become our Tiffany's Ribbon. It's a lot of work, but the end result is going to look so super chic. So I feel like once in your life you've either seen it or received it. The Tiffany's boxes, and they're so cute and they feel like velvet, I feel. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to replicate such an iconic look, and it's a great color. I like my greens, so I'm always about doing something green. So now we're going to take that pearlized powder and we're going to be varnishing it on this stripe. And because I'm well confident that any other polish I've used has not done a good job like this Shine-e's doing here, I'm just going to use a brush after I do this to wipe off the excess on the sides. I can also, if it does by chance stick on there, use my Melody Susie brush with the nail cleanser and just cleanse it off. And it's so super cool. It looks so pearlized. It's so different looking from the white that's next to it, if you can see it. I definitely think that the pearlized stripe looks a lot better than the plain white. And I'm just gonna time lapse the other nail just so you can see that I did the same process on this nail that I did in the previous nail. And once you figure out these things, and it's usually trial and error, it just makes everything else go so much faster. Not as fast as this time lapse, but I definitely appreciate like finally figuring out this powder stuff. Step 4, we're going to be doing the Tiffany's jewelry. We're going to be using Enailcouture's Gummy Jelly and Shine-e and some clear rhinestones. I have one that's kind of a yellowish. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Tiffany Yellow Diamond. It's the most expensive jewel ever worn to the Oscars. Lady Gaga in 2019 wore it to the Academy Awards. And then Audrey Hepburn worn it for her promotional shoot for Breakfast at Tiffany's back in 1961. So this diamond is 287.42 carats in its rough form. That, I mean, I don't know what a carat looks like, so even saying that says enough. Like, as you see, my wedding ring, I have like an onyx, and I'm happy with that. And I think I do have like, I don't know what those little diamonds on the side are. I never asked, but it wasn't like important to me, so I don't know what a carat is. But it's one yellow diamond is 287 carats, and it's worth $30 million. 30 million. One stone. It's crazy. So this yellow stone, I don't know, because when I googled it, it looks like it's in different sets of jewelry. So I don't know if they just reimagined it or redid it or whatever. But yeah, they keep talking about the same yellow diamond. It's $30 million. And the one that I'm going to replicate today is the one that Lady Gaga wore in the what year am I in? Oh my gosh, I almost went 1919. In 2019 Academy Awards. So at that point though, I believe they've added so many more diamonds to it. Lord knows how much it is on top of the 30 million. So I thought that was crazy. I do like the yellow though. Like, I love green, but my car's yellow. My mug is yellow. Like, I once upon a time bought these like yellow lacquer heels that were just so yummy. Like, it reminded me of like Kill Bill. But yeah, so if you Google a photo of I guess most expensive yellow diamond from Tiffany's, you might see it. Or Lady Gaga 2019 Academy Awards, you'll see it. So, but it's pretty. I would just not know what to do. Like, I would have to hire like maybe 4 or 5 guards to kind of bodyguard me in case some nut job wants to steal a $30 million stone. Yeah. So this is definitely a mini version of that, to say the least. But I would say, from what I googled, mind you, I wasn't really researching or anything, but yeah, this probably might be Tiffany's most expensive piece. The one that I'm going to do after this is not that expensive, but still expensive in my book. It's already looking so pretty. It looks like a display. I love it. Okay, I'm just gonna nail cleanse that to shine up the stones. Sometimes the wax pencil kind of gets on the stone, so I want to clean that up. So we're just gonna do the same thing again to the middle finger. This time, we're going to be doing a Tiffany's, one of Tiffany's most expensive pieces in history. And it's an 80 karat Empire diamond. Now I don't know what Empire diamond means versus a regular diamond, but it's still 80 karat and I still don't know what one is. I guess I could just, ask Google to tell me what the dollar cost is for 1 carat on average. But yeah, so this one is worth did I say 22 million? Oh, this one is worth more than $25 million. So it's almost there with that yellow diamond. I don't know what you could say. You can look this up as, but I did type most expensive Tiffany's jewelry, and these two both came up. So I don't like to show other images so much on my channel anymore, copyright stuff. But if you Google most expensive Tiffany's jewelry, you'll see both these pieces. You'll see this one, I think, more than the yellow one. But it reminds me of it's super modern, but kind of orthogonal. It's very geometric, I guess. It's surrounded by diamonds, of course. They're small. I think I'm probably the worst person to explain this because I don't even know the cuts either. But anyway, the big piece that's worth 25 million plus is this huge oval diamond in the center, which is why I, on my nail, have that large oval one in the center, and then it's surrounded by little small ones. I wonder how heavy these things are. Could you imagine? Again, with the Jimmy Choos, I wouldn't be able to dance in it. Because I dance. I don't want that thing smacking me or knocking somebody else out. I don't know. But I can imagine that weighs a lot. So I'm going in with my dotting tool just to try to get things all nice and situated. I mean, this rhinestone business is not as quick and easy as some may seem it would be, even for me. especially with all the stones that I like to put on my nails. And since I'm like trying to replicate something that already exists, it's like I have to get the pieces right. I mean, obviously we're on a micro scale, so it'll never be right. But I'm trying to kind of simulate what it looks like with what I have at a much tinier scale. But I'll tell you this, you know, obviously I've been rocking them for like a day, and they look super fabulous. And it catches the light when I'm out, and I really like it. The piece, however, would I wear it? No. I mean, would I wear it because it's $25 million plus? Yes. But as far as how it looks, I don't think it's like my style. So just to throw it in there, if you're watching this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Do remember, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in again. And if you're a new viewer, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. And later this week, I'm going to be posting another video, another longish and every other weekend video. It's going to be more shoes, because I am tapping into my inner self and it wants shoes. Even though I have like nowhere to go with them. But so I'm just gonna put on my nail. This stuff gets so tedious with these tiny, tiny rhinestones. And I was wishing that I had tinier ones so that I can really replicate this piece, because I felt like, you know, I had to limit the number of rows I was using because I didn't have small enough stones and my nails only so big. So, but this is like the pendant piece of the necklace. Once I finish that up, I'm going to be doing the necklace part. I don't even know what that's called. The necklace part that goes around your neck. And that huge charm piece in the middle, I've been reusing those suckers for such a long time now. I might have purchased them back in either 2016 or 17. So I've been circulating those charms for quite some time, and they're mostly pretty good to go. Some of the charms have lost like the tiny stones around the setting, but I just put gel in the divot and I put like one of these tiny rhinestones in that divot to make it seem like nothing, you know, is gone. But yeah, working on a small nail, it's really hard to kind of replicate this piece. And I mean, obviously I can't even put a full necklace like I did with the other nail, but I'm trying to put these pieces on the sides to kind of mimic the necklace. It's so hard to, you know, put my hands to where I'm not blocking anything. And when you're like, how many rhinestones in, I don't think you're at that point thinking about it. So apologies for my hand being in the way. But we're just really trying to group rhinestones to make the stringy part of the necklace. Whatever that's called. Especially when it's like kind of tight. You know, it's so filled with rhinestones. You push one rhinestone and it moves all the other ones. And you're like, how? And then when you push one to fix it, there's another one that goes out of place and you have to push that to fix it. And it just keeps going. Like I always would try to, well, I would think of trying to doing this in sections, but I'm always afraid that if I do one section and then cure it, when I kind of laid down gummy jelly and shiny or rhinestone glue or whatever next to it, it wouldn't, like I'm afraid it won't be on the same level because, you know, human error, you're not gonna put down the same amount of you know, stuff you need, so it might not be on the same even plane, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm just trying to perfect it when I probably shouldn't. But I did have gaps actually. So see here, I'm just taking a little bit so I can grab little pieces and shove them where there's spaces. And sometimes I'll do that. It's never like it'd be great to put the right formation of rhinestones to where like there's no gaps or anything. But there was a decent gap between the large charm and the rhinestones because the large charm doesn't lie curved flat, it lies kind of flat, so there's a ledge and it's exposing the background nail. So I just went in and I filled in the sides that you can see with these tiny rhinestones, and it wasn't like, you know, it looked pretty and symmetrical. I just, if I saw a spot, I just put it in there. So at the end of the day, I mean, if you're trying to, you know, do something like this and you just want to cover up spots, there, by all means, just, you know, cover it with a rhinestone. That should be my tagline. Cover it up with a rhinestone. Yeah, I'm liking the look. It's reflecting just so much. Like I did before, I'm just going to nail cleanse this. So step 4, we're going to be doing cuticle work, which is basically the gelish nourished cuticle oil. We are wrapping this design up, and I'm just going to put some on these 2 nails here, rub them in, and we're going to show you the final result. So here is the remake of my Tiffany's jewelry. I did the box in the background, and I have the 2 pieces, which far away looks like almost the pictures that I saw on Google. One with the yellow diamond at $30 million, and the other big round oval at $25 million. So there you have it. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me again later this week. I'll post another video for longish and every other weekend. Thanks. Bye.